Dear DSA students, we are so excited to be on this journey with you, and we want to say a big well done for your commitment and enthusiasm so far. Whether you have just joined or you have been learning with us over the past few weeks, we see your progress and we are rooting for you all the way. Now, we know there's been a bit of silence around the learning management system, and we sincerely apologize for that. But here's the good news. We have an update as regards the learning management system, and it is one you'll love. Some of you may have been onboarded on the previous LMS, but want to ask that you kindly disregard any previous link, platform, or communication concerning that old system. We are officially switching to a new platform that you may be familiar with, Canvas by Instructure. For those new to Canvas, don't worry. A video tutorial will be uploaded to guide you step by step on how to use the platform effectively on our YouTube channel. You will also receive an onboarding email directly from Canvas by Instructure to help you get started. Please follow the instructions in the email and input your details to begin your learning journey on the platform. We are committed to making sure your learning experience is smooth, interactive, and impactful. So please, pay close attention to the announcements coming right after this video for more details. We are so glad to have you with us. Keep going, you've got this.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Okay, if you can hear me, please confirm that you can hear me from your location. Okay. Yeah, so everyone, well, welcome to class today again. Exceptional poets, Zure, Priscal, Ni, Lola, Joshua, Matthew, Yinka, Fikayo. Okay. I can see NH36 plus, Queen Yard, Queen Yada, Queen Yada TV, okay. Godwin, okay. Oladotun, okay. Osapolo, okay. Ayomide, okay. Okay, so good evening, everyone, once again. My name is Famakinoluwatimilane Charles, and we all know what two facilitators anchoring this section, and with me also is Bob Zaya, right? And firstly, I want to say for the first 3 weeks, this is the fourth week, and we are going deeper, right? We are going deeper. We've learned a lot so far from. Can somebody just drop the message, right? It's 3 weeks down the line. By the end of this week, we'll be done 1 month learning about video editing, right? And today's class is when you say we're launching into the deep, we're going deeper, right? You can see on your screen, you can see advanced editing techniques. So at this time, we no longer believe that you are beginners, in as much as you are still beginner, right? But you are beginners who already understand right and left back in class today. Okay, I see that beginning in the beginning. So today we're going to be going deeper. So we're going to be letting out questions like, oh, are we using Premiere Pro, CapCut? I think we've addressed that already. At this point, nobody should ask if we're using any other software apart from these two softwares. Gift says, and I'm here to practice anything. Please, if I need help urgently before I collapse. Well, you can always go back to the YouTube link and go and attend your classes. I also believe it will be uploaded on your LMS. So from there also you can go back to attend previous classes. There's project to be done this week. To those of you who have not started anything, right? So yes, Yinkani Fowoshe, deeper in the love of God daily as we go, right? And so without any further ado, last week we talked about, who can remind me what we talked about last week? Could someone remind me what we talked about last week? Okay. Yes, Adeyemi, yes, project. Truths by Prime Sound. Okay. Joy says audio editing. Vivian transition, I think. Okay. Audio editing, audio trimming, and volume. So, has anybody been able to practicalize that? With last week teaching on sound, have you been able to practicalize your sound? Have you been able to layer your sounds and your sound effects, your audio and your sound effect together? Have you been able to have smooth transitions on your different interface, those using CapCut, those using mobile, the mobile version, those using Premiere Pro? I'm waiting to hear. Don't panic. Can you hear me now? Okay, so I'm going back to the response I got. Adewale Joseph, there's yes, thank you so much for that. I've attended to that. Video edits like reverb. I tried making my video sounding like a church. Okay, that's fine. My question is, have you been able to work on what you learned last week? Okay, Sylvester says, I've not been able to get smooth transition on Adobe, but I can now do it on CapCut. Okay. Okay. So someone asked about exporting. I'm trying to look for that message before I went off. I'm trying. I think it was Adewale. Okay, yes. Adewale says I'm having issues with exporting on Premiere Pro, sir. Adewale, please kindly state out your issues, right? And state the version of the Adobe Premiere Pro you're making use of. Blessing says, how do you remove a keyframe that was previously applied? What app are you making use of and what platform? Is it mobile or web or desktop or web for CapCut? Promise says I haven't been able to get good footage. You can get footage everywhere, right? You have footage all around you. Record a day in your life. That's the footage, right? And if you don't have good cameras, you can decide to download online. So, okay, back to class. I can see we've all practicalized to a very large extent what we've learned so far, and that is very, very impressive. Although I told us to post our assignment and tag, did we do that? Um, Matthew Oyewole, please, did you get tags? Did we get tags? If you did your own assignment and you tagged the necessary platform, okay. Is the only one person that did it? Okay, so let's while Adewale Joseph says, "Sir, when are you going to teach us how to use CapCut on mobile phone?" It just means you've not been probably paying proper attention to class because we've been doing it intertwined, right? That is it basically. We're not going to have a special class for CapCut Mobile. No, it's going to be as we replicate whatsoever it is we are replicating on the desktop version, we are giving you the instances and how to do it also on the mobile version. So you just pay attention in class and that's how we get it done. Yes, you can access all the video editing program on YouTube, and also I think it should be on your LMS. Okay, Jacob said he did that. Okay, Damilola said posted on Facebook. Okay, so to those of us that are yet to do that, oh, I did it on TikTok. Okay, to those of us that are yet to do that, please kindly do so. Right, it helps and it helps us and basic more it helps you, right? It's at that point you know, okay, we're able to probably do a track record. This was my first video I edited while I was learning, and at the end of the class, this is you're able to see and make reference to them, right? It's a learning curve, and obviously there will be ups and downs, but it's good that these things have been recorded. So today's class, this week generally, advanced editing techniques, and we'll be talking about color correction and grading, working with keyframes. I saw a question earlier, someone asked about keyframes. Working with keyframes for animation and motion graphics, speed ramping and time ramping, then project, create a short video montage, right? So this week, these are the three major things we're going to be looking at. I'll repeat myself once again. Color correction and grading, right? You must have been hearing about color grading, like that, like that. Working with keyframes for animation and motion graphics. Speed ramping and time ramping. Then by the end of this week, each participant should be able to create a short video montage. So today we're going to be talking about color correction and color grading. Let me take my slide back a little. Let's make it interactive. Can someone tell me the difference between color correction and color grading? Can someone tell me the difference between color grading and color correction. Please let's drop it in the chat box. We're here to learn, so don't be shy about it. Color correction and color grading. Okay, I'm seeing our messages. I'm seeing it drop. Okay. 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 Okay, let's have it. Color correction is readjusting the video color to a suitable one, but color grading is adding color to the video. Okay. Vivian, correction, adjusting the light effect. Okay. Maze, sir, I don't have access to most features on CapCut as they are all pro versions and require payments. Right. I think it won't be bad if we can subscribe to CapCut, right? I don't think it will be bad. You can probably make use of so as to gain access to what is needed. Okay. Color correction is adjusted. Reading is a creative process used to enhance the mood Okay, yeah. There are a lot of okay. Thank you so much to everyone who is participating in this evening class. Okay. Okpeyemi, color correction focuses on fixing technical issues. Okay. Color grading involves artistic choice to style and enhance the visuals narrative. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for your participation. I've read almost everybody's definitions and idea of color grading, and let's just continue with the class. Okay. So as you can see on your screen, the picture you can see on your screen is a color graded picture, and it's a collage, right? We have the one with the color correction and we have the aspect with the color grading, right? So let me just dive into what we have in this slide. Color correction is the process of adjusting the colors in your video to make them appear natural. Please confirm you can hear me. Can't be talking to myself. Or content in the house. You shot your content in the house, and as at that time, you add a lot of lights. Please, I'm saying we cannot hear you. I'm saying no audio, no sound. Please confirm you can hear me. Can you hear me? Because I have my feedback here and I can hear myself. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, but I didn't go too far. Okay, so I was just talking about color correction basically, right? So what you just want to do with color correction is that sometimes you get your video footage or your clips from different sources or sometimes from different cameras, right? A clip you got from Sony camera would always be different from the clip you are getting from a Nikon camera, right? So the work of color correction is to correct footage A with footage B before color grading, right? So you are correcting them in such a way that, oh, is this clip, is it warm? Is this clip, is it hot? Right? You are working more on the exposure, working more on the white balance, such that when you now apply color grading, when you now color grade the clips, they all is too much, right? Or it looks too yellowish, it looks too bluish. What are we going to do about this sound again? Can you still hear me? What's happening this evening? Can you still hear me? I can hear myself, and my network is up, so I really don't know where the fluctuating is coming from. Yeah, it's echoed because I had to turn my feedback on to confirm I can hear myself also. Okay, so that is it basically about color correction, right? Nothing too much, nothing. Okay, thank you so much, Ayomide. Don't, yeah, thank you. So the next slide, we're going to look at color grading. Now, color grading is the creative process. A lot of people said it is the creative process of enhancing or altering the color of your video for artistic or emotional effect. It is often done after color correction to give the video a unique visual style or mood rather. Sorry about that, or mood. So what's the goal of color grading? It creates a specific aesthetic or mood that supports the story or brand. So that is the difference between color correction and color grading. I'll come back to this slide, but let me just quickly show you. Okay, yeah. So the purpose of color correction is to fix technical issues in footage, while the purpose of color grading is to add style, mood, and emotions. Now, the focus is for color correction, accuracy and consistency. You see what I said? Then for color grading, the focus is creativity and storytelling. With a particular clip, right, you can tell different stories. You can tell different stories once you understand lighting and color grading, right? Imagine watching an horror movie and it's actually giving you the feel of a daylight. How many of us have seen probably Vampire Diaries or Noon? Can you hear me? I can still hear myself on my feedback though. But Juliet says she can't hear me, so I'm taking a pause here. Please confirm you can hear me. I'm pausing right now for you to confirm you can hear me. Okay, thank you so much that you can hear me. Please, you know it's a virtual class, so please, I just need those replies, right, to confirm that we're all on the same page. And I'm grateful for the feedbacks when you're not hearing me. Okay, so for color corrections, the tools basically to be tweaked is white balance, exposure, contrast, and saturation. While for color grading, we work with the color wheels, shadows, highlights. Those are the major things. Now, I didn't mention LUTs because we'll still get there. So now an example is making skin tones look natural. That is an example of color correction. Now, an example of color grading is giving a film a warm sunset or cool science fic tone, right? So the kind of color grading you would do for a, let me look for a Nollywood movie. Can you give me a Nollywood movie? Probably one of the trending cinema Nollywood movie. If you can hear me, please, can you type the name of a Nollywood movie? I think the sound has gone again because I can't hear myself. Okay, okay, Seven Doors. Okay, let's use Seven Doors for example, right? The color grading on Seven Door was perfect for the story they wanted to tell. Yeah, another example, King of Boys. Everybody loves Jennifer, Finding Me, and like that, right? So when you understand color grading, you will know that that is one of the determining factor for your users. Let me use users or your listeners to be able to comprehend your story. Let's just put it that way. So that is where color grading comes in. We want to. This is not an horror movie. This is a love story, right? So you have to be able to make people have that feeling. So that is the work of color grading. And like we said earlier, color correction is the first step in post production. When you are done with all your cuttings and you want to confirm that, oh, the clips we got from camera A and camera B are the same thing, right? Oh, there are some okay. So I think one of the perfect way to also explain this is, when you shoot outside and you are using natural light, for example, and you now do the next scene inside the house with artificial light. Now, those are already two different lightning. If you apply your color grading directly on it, they will give you two different feels. So you see Jennifer on the road and you see Jennifer inside her room, and it still has the same feel, was because the clips were first corrected before they were graded. So that is that on it. Okay, so for color grading, common techniques, applying LUTs. Now, applying LUTs are only apply. Yeah, you can only apply LUTs when you shoot a log. So from the beginning of this class, we've always said as a video editor, you must also understand production process. We are calling you to come and edit a file that was shot on log and you don't know how to convert it. It's going to be a serious problem. Serious problem. Okay, so let me just share this experience here. It was one of I faced that issue also one time like that. So I got on set and I had my picture footage, and I forgot totally that my pictures were in log. That my pictures were in log. So, and it was supposed to be a quick delivery. I got back and I was like, wow, how did I do this? How did I forget I was on log, right? Because it takes more time, although it is still one of the best ways to have your footage. You can determine the shadows of the foreground and the background, right? It gives you more details, more data into your footage. So, common techniques for color grading: adjusting midtones, highlights, and shadows for a cinematic look, shifting color tones to evoke a specific mode. Don't worry, joy will be found along the line. Okay, Ayade says he didn't get. Don't worry, I will still get to that slide. I will still get to that slide. Let's just go bit by bit. So, for example, see the picture on your screen. Who would know that the lady's gown that looks blue can turn purple? Who would know that the lady's blue gown can turn to purple? You can see her skin color also. You can see the color of the grass. So this is the advantage of shooting on log. Now, I'm having a lot of questions on log. Let's quickly attend to that. So this is log. What is log shooting? Log shooting captures a flat, low contrast image. It retains more dynamic range, details in shadows and highlights, ideal for post-production. The footage may look washed out at first, but allows great flexibility for color grading. So did you get that now? So this is log. Now don't mix log for LUTs, right? Step by step, we will get there. So, but our phones, your iPhone, your Android phones, to the best of my knowledge, stand to be corrected. I'm not sure you are able to shoot on log, right? So when we begin to talk about log, we're already talking about people into production, right? So types of log files. Now, log files now depends on your camera. They are camera dependent. A Sony camera log file is S-log2, S-log3. A Canon log file, C-log, Canon log, Panasonic V-log, Nikon N-log, Blackmagic, BMD film. No, not necessarily, right? Joy, I get your question. Your question says, does it mean raw footage without any filter? What what is the best camera to vlog with using log? There is no best camera, just look for the camera that works for you. I started as a Nikon shooter, but presently I'm a Canon shooter and I've moved to Sony, right? So it just depends on what you want. So have we gotten what log means now? Now see this picture on the screen. Okay, someone still says no. Partially, yes. Okay, so log is when you bring out your normal phone to take pictures, right? It has details, it has color details to some extent, right? But log is basically taking out okay, in the best way, just like Joy said, let me put it in a way, taking out all the filters, right? And giving you, I'm trying to look for, yeah. So there was a time Indomie made this particular Indomie that all you have to do is just pour hot water in it and you are good to go. You don't need to cook it. Once you just buy it, I'm trying to remember the name. You just pour hot water in it, cover it, drain out the water, and you can eat it. Let us take that as your normal footage you normally have. Now, let us now take log as the main Indomie sachet you buy that you can determine to either pour it in the hot water or put it in the pot directly or determine how you can cook it. You have power over it. You can determine how it looks, how it comes out. I hope we get that. So that is the power of log. LUT and log are not the same thing. Now, LUTs files are precepts color grading profiles used to quickly apply a desired look or tone to log footage. Exactly. SO, thank you so much. Log is shooting at zero. Perfect. Zero contrast, zero highlights. So that you can have the ability to tweak and untweak and do whatever kind of edit you want to do. So I hope we get it now. So LUT files now are precept color grading profiles used to quickly apply. Just a minute, please. Okay, so sorry about that. Can you all hear me now? Hello? Okay, thank you so much. So I hope we all get that illustration for the log and the LUT files. So one other problems, right, or challenges we encounter is that most of the times, for example, you are using a Nikon camera to shoot in log, right? And you now want to convert, and you are now using a Sony convert LUT. It won't work. You have to ensure you get a Nikon log file to convert the LUT file. So that's it, basically, for log and LUTs. So I think we talked about this also, color correction and grading basics. Primary corrections. So what you want to correct in the clips primarily are white balance, tone, and the contrast. Secondary correction, selective color adjustment. That's when you begin to do the mid-tone, the shadows, and the highlights. And your LUTs apply cinematic styles. Please confirm that you can still hear me. So please let me know if we all understood what we've said so far. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I didn't know I was muted. So for CapCut users, right? I think we're done with a lot of explanation. You really do not have anything to do with LUTs or log files presently because there are no converters. Please confirm you can hear me now. Sorry about the sound. Please confirm you can hear me now. So what I'm just saying in essence is we've been able to touch color correction and color grading. So if you are asked, probably the next class instructor Bob asks you that what's the difference between color correction and color grading. I think by now it is something we all understand that the end goal of color correction is to make footage look real, and the end goal of color grading is to make footage feel right. That it looks good does not mean it feels right. And we all understand that video would appeal to your viewers more when they get to that point where they feel it. What makes you cry when you start watching a movie? It's because of these little details that are put together, right? The mood. So they are able to appeal to your emotions, and that is it. basically. So I also said earlier that CapCut users, right, you have nothing to do with log and LUTs right now, because CapCut has not gotten to that point where they make use of these conversions, right? You never can tell their next version tomorrow can now come with it. But as of now that we speak, CapCut has nothing to do with it. We have attendance to take in the next 4 minutes, right? So I want us to take our attendance, and immediately after our attendance, we'll be going straight into the live demo. We will start with CapCut, right? Because it's not so technical. It's not so technical. It is something you have also seen while you've been on the software, but we'll be going more in depth with Premiere Pro. So please take your attendance as soon as it's dropped. Any questions so far? If you have any questions while people are taking their attendance, you can just drop your questions before we go into the live demo. Any questions so far? You can't get lots files from me, right? Just go online. You should be able to download them. Should be able to download lot files, because I don't know what camera you used to shoot. I don't know what cameras was used at the production stage. So, but you can go to motion arrays, you can go to Evanto, you can go to I think those are the two I can remember off my head right now. Yeah, those are the two I can remember off my head. What can we use to follow you as you do the demo? Is it pictures or video shoots? Video shoots, video shoots. By now you should have your clips that you're working with, right? So for CapCut mobile users and desktop users or web users, right? Please understand that you cannot export does not mean you cannot practice, right? And come on, you can subscribe for CapCut for 1 month, right? So Adeyemi says, how can I get footage for editing and color grading lot? See, the real sense is, except you go online to go and download clips that are shot in log, right? You necessarily do not have anything to do with log or the conversions right now. Whatever clip you have presently or whatever footage you have, import them to your software, just prepare yourself ready. Look at it properly. Does it look balanced? Does it give you that natural feel already when you see that clip yourself? Color correction is not you telling a feeling yet. It is just you. It is just you getting the natural feel of your clip. How do you get LUT files? Well, Premiere Pro comes with some inbuilt LUT files, and you can download some. Okay, Godia. Sorry I've been down, but thank God for your health, and you're welcome back to class. You can go through YouTube to catch up with the classes how far we've gone. To be very honest with you, Adeyemi says color array needs subscription for downloading. Most of these things are paid, right? Most of these things are paid for. Now you see why video editors charge for for editing, right? Imagine you have to go and pay almost, I think Adobe Premiere Pro, Creative Cloud, you're paying almost maybe $1,000 for subscription yearly. You're paying almost $1,000 for subscription yearly, and someone just says, please quickly help me edit this, do this. So these are the big things that affect our pricing decision and all of that. Please confirm you can still hear me, Adewale Joseph. Uh, okay, so I want us to note this point. So, right, you never can tell. At the end of the training, there might be one or two test of knowledge, right? I'm not saying exam. Exam is a test of time, right? But our own might be a test of knowledge. So please pay attention to these little things. Although you will get the slides, right? But in as much as you are practicalizing, also understand the basics. So, any questions? If there are questions, just drop your questions so that while people are taking the attendance, we can quickly attend to that before we go into our clip. We have just few more minutes to complete our attendance. You can't take it, please refresh and try it again. The log and LUT file is not clear to me. Okay, can someone please just drop a message in response to what you understand with log and LUT file so we can help Michael out? You want to have a you want to have autonomy over your clips, right? You want to be able to tell what is showing in the foreground, and you want to also be able to adjust what you have on the background, right? So that is it basically about LUT files. Did you get that? Now, LUTs are what you use, are precepts that are used to convert your log files, right? Okay, thank you so much, Joy. Raw footage are raw clip with zero enhancements, while LUTs are the effect used to bring the footage to life. So are we clear now? Iroayo. Log files are more like raw footage that gives you the freedom to express the colors and mood, while log files allows you to quickly select mood or tone to a footage when you can then edit later. So did we all get that? So without any further ado, let us go straight into Premiere Pro. Please can you switch my slide? Okay, Sylvester says, under what category does removing of grains on footage falls? And is there a precept to do that also? I would say there is, right? But also it comes in, I would categorize it under edit, right? Under the video edit, especially if you're making use of Premiere Pro, right? So Adelakun says, does CapCut have other advanced features? Because I'm worried that it does not have advanced color grading, log, and loss. Well, that is not for us to worry about. Okay, so for example, I believe you can all see my screen right now, and I just opened up a project, right? A project file, just because I want to explain more and ensure that you get this properly. So this is how a day in the life of an editor would look like, right? You can see different colors. I know we've taught us about color, right? So imagine you as an editor having access to this my file for you to come and edit. It will be very, very easy for you, right? Because I already color coded them, right? Once you just come, all I need to give you is probably a word file telling you what each colors means, right? So my first adjustment layer, if I turn it off, if I turn it off, can you see the effects on the display? I don't know if you can really see it, but I believe you should be able to see it. You'll see an on and off, right? Then I have my second adjustment layer turned on and off also. It's not becoming harder, it's becoming easier. Just pay attention to it. This is one of the sweetest things to do, right? And also note that coloring, right? Video editors are actually different from colorists. Yes. Colorists are people who are specialized in color correction and color grading, right? So it's also a career path. It's also a career path. So I'm just showing you a project timeline that I worked on, and I'm trying to make you understand how layering would look like. So you see another clip. You see another level of brightness, right? You can see, right? How did I get to the adjustment area? Don't worry, we will get there. We will all get there. We would all get there. So this is a typical example of how it looks like. So if I turn off this layer, you see that my clip has a different feel. You might not be able to really tell because of the size of it, right? But this is how it looks like basically. So in just a jiffy, let us quickly do color grading and color correction on CapCut, right? So that we can. CapCut is very fast, right? So with CapCut, we are not staying too long on the color grading, and voila, we are here. So confirm if you can see my CapCut screen. Exactly. Okay. Admin, please, can we switch screen? Okay, so now let's dive into it directly. This is my footage, right? Okay, let me pick another footage where I see the lady more. Yeah. So we can all see this. And the first thing we want to do on this clip is we want to correct the color. What do we think is too much? Right? Does it look balanced in your natural eyes? And I think everybody making use of CapCut Mobile also should have, at this point, you should have imported your clip to your field. And, when you click on that particular clip, just a moment, please. I'm trying to set up my CapCut Mobile for you guys so that we can all. Click on your clip, right? And you scroll down. You scroll down. You would see adjust. For those of us making use of mobile, you will see adjust. Once you click on adjust, you will see your color transformation effects come up, where you have color correction, color match, brightness, contrast, saturation, brilliance, sharpness, clarity, HSL, graphs, color wheel, highlights, shadows, white, black, temperature, hue, fade, thickness, and grain. Can you see that? Okay, how do I see your response now? Okay. Okay, yeah. Light. I thank you so much, Vivian. Yes, this sewing table looks too bright. Exactly. So it looks as if there's a light coming from up. Exactly. So that is the correction we want to do on this clip first. Right? If you are using CapCut Mobile, input your file, right? At this point, you should already know where these things are, right? The infinity scroll down. Once you click on your clip on your timeline, it gives you some functions beneath. So on those functions beneath, just keep on scrolling and look for where you see adjust. Once you click on adjust, a pop-up will come up, right? So you should be able to see that. So now, like everybody has rightly said, the lightning is what we want to fix, and that is the correction. So CapCut comes with some automatic features. If you just click on color correction, you can see that automatically it has corrected its color match. You have to match it with another clip. So I want this clip to look like this clip. You can pick your color from that other clip, right? So that is color match. Automatic adjust. So that is it basically. Oh, okay. I think my version of CapCut now has LUTs, but we won't go there for now because this is not a log file. So we want to adjust the lightning, the exposure, right? You can see the way I have reduced the lights, not just on the. So because this is not a log file, I can't pick. If this were to be a log file, I can determine to make the lightning on this machine more than the lightning on our clothes, right? You can go that detailed into it. So, and for me, from my own eyes right here, I think this clip looks too yellowish, right? So I want to balance it. I want to reduce the temperature so it gives me that cool effect. And I feel the color is too much since I'm still going to color grade, right? So if this was Premiere Pro, right, all of this will be done on an adjustment layer. But because CapCut does not give us the ability to do that on an adjustment layer, we have to color grade and color correct on the same clip directly. I hope we are getting that, right? So if this was Premiere Pro, this is what we will have done first. On the adjustment layer, we've controlled the light to a little bit, right? The whiteness, reduce it. You can see the blackness, reduce it. You see the effects as you increase and you reduce, right? Till you feel okay, this is perfect for my eyes. I believe this is okay, right? So that is it basically for CapCut. You do your correction and your grading at the same time. If you're a professional, it's better you shoot on RAW. So this is it basically. So we're done with CapCut. You can see how quick it is, right? Pa, pa, pa. No wasting of time. If you are now using the Pro version, just use their AI function and try to reduce maybe the intensity. Look for whatever it is again that is not sitting well with you. So that is it basically for CapCut. Are we on the same page? Are we all with the technical aspect of it are the Premiere Pro users? So should we continue? Are we all good to go? Right? And one beautiful feature here on CapCut is after applying your color grading and color correction on one particular clips, you can automatically apply it on all the clips in your timeline. You can see there's a feature here, apply to all. So once I click on it, it applies to all the clips in the timeline. You can see that it has added to this place, right? I think I will speak with Bob, and probably we will see how to send you guys this clip once again so that everybody can work with these clips and you tell different stories. When you see another person's edit, you'll be like, this is another angle. This person came from this angle. That person came from this angle, right? That's the beautiful thing about it. Please, you are too fast, especially for those of us that are beginners. I already said at the beginning of this class that there are no more beginners here. You cannot be 4 weeks gone and you are still a beginner. You are spamming us, Oni. Where exactly do you want us to where exactly do you want before we move? I'm waiting for you, Ni. Because at this point, right, you don't only go and open the software when it is time for class. I accept the fact that you are still beginners, yes, right? But you are beginners that has been introduced to these things for good 4 weeks. So there are some things, there are some terms, there are some locations you don't expect me to start saying, right? By default, by your learning over time, over the past 4 weeks, you already know where this is and that is at this point. So Nee, please, where are you facing any difficulty so we can write on? Are you using mobile or you're using desktop? CapCut? Are you making use of mobile or you're making use of desktop? Okay, so Nee, you're making use of CapCut desktop. Import your footage to your timeline, right? and all of this. Now, on this video tab, audio, you have where you can do the audio editing. This was what I was saying. In the last class, this was where we did our audio editing. We're not touching speed yet, but we're going to touch speed this week. We're going to touch animation also by the next class. So adjustments, that is where you find everything you want to do with your color on CapCut, right? If you know how to use the HSL properly, you can do that, right? You can make use of it. Curves, can reduce the whiteness, increase the whiteness. So with this color wheel, you can see that as I move, yeah, I just hope she's catching up with me right now. It's just so unfortunate that on CapCut, you cannot do the layering of effect unlike Premiere Pro, right? We would have done each of the correction and the grading on different layers, then you see how it's being done. So are we good now? Aside from, I believe Nee has gotten that already. Any other question on CapCut? If you are using CapCut mobile and you already got it, please kindly signify. Let us know in the chat box. And let me quickly attend to the Premiere Pro users. Okay, thank you so much, Nee. So did you get it now? Right? And you can decide not to save for precepts. But you don't have to save before you can apply to all. Okay, so let's replicate same thing on Premiere Pro. Admin, please, I stopped sharing my screen and I'm sharing my screen back now. Kingsley, do you know the song playing in my head for you? I will never go back, oh no, no. I've gone too far. That's the song playing in my head right now for Kingsley. Okay, so Premiere Pro users, let's go and let us have it. Let me see if I can change my workspace to work be more visible. If I have not altered it too much. At this point, let's reset to save layouts. Okay. So Premiere Pro users, let us have it, right? You come to your timeline. I'm going to look for the same clip I imported for the CapCut users. Okay, wasn't this clip? Okay, yeah, this is the clip. Can you see it? Can you see the clip now? Now, for Premiere Pro, right, when it comes to color correction, there is what we call, where to get it is Lumetri colors. right? And you all probably can go and make research on Lumetri later, right? Yeah. Okay. So on your property panel, whatever panel you are seeing it, please look for Lumetri color. If you can't see it, go to Windows and make sure you look for Lumetri colors. Once you click on Lumetri colors, you will see this pop up and drop down. I need to, so now because we are now into color, right? So I need to change my workspace to fit in for color editing. So I'm changing it to color and you will see the difference in the interface. So now you can see my interface better. You can see the same way we have it on CapCut. I have it on this side. Please ensure you locate this Lumetri color. Your interface might not be the same thing with my interface. I'm using 2025, right? So do not panic. Once you click on Windows and you look for Lumetri color and Lumetri scope, this is the scope on my left hand side. I don't know if it's your own left, right? And this is the Lumetri color. This is where we would add all the effect also in Premiere Pro. So how do you add an adjustment layer in Premiere Pro? I think someone asked that question earlier. You go to your project file where you normally import your footage to. You right click. Don't right click on any footage. Ensure you right click on an empty space. And see the way I'm trying and trying again, right? And this is difficult because I'm not using an external mouse. No, this is the issue. Where do we get the Lumetri color? I already mentioned that. Click on Windows, right, and locate Lumetri color. There is Lumetri scope also, right? But those are advanced, and for the sake of this training, trying to see how difficult it is editing without an external mouse. So finally, we've gotten it. So when I right clicked in my project panel, go to new item and locate adjustment layer. Once you click on adjustment layer, you will see the layer added. So I'm reducing this interface back to fit in for what we want. So I take my adjustment layer and the same way you drag it, I'm dragging it to my footage. Excuse me for that. So as soon as I have it on my footage, whatever correction I am doing it on my adjustment layer, right? Such that nothing affects my clip. I can use your mouse. Okay, there's no problem. I'll send you my location. Just send me your mouse. So why is it that the size of video in Premiere Pro is larger than CapCut? It depends. I can tell you that categorically. It depends on your settings, right? How can I add an effect? Okay, so once you've added your adjustment layer, it is not that you cannot do this editing directly on your clip, oh, right? But it is not advisable that you do the editing directly on your clips. So let us just quickly see how it goes. So this is my adjustment layer A for color correction, right? Don't forget we are doing color correction and color grading. Now I'm going to add my second adjustment layer. I'll go back to my project panel and bring in another one. So let's give it another color. Let's give it rose. So this is the purple is color correction and the rose is color grading. I'm using 2017 version of Premiere Pro. I'm not seeing the lumetri color in the window. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Go to workspace. Can you see color? If you can see color on the workspace, let me know. Because I think I've used that version before and I think it should be there. So not to waste our time on that. So can anybody see the lumetri color? So click on your basic correction. Same thing we did on CapCut if you were paying attention, right? I'm reducing the temperature. The person who asked about temperature earlier, right? So the temperature is on a scale of two colors, right? Either hot or cool. But excess of both of them will tell you your footage, right? So already this clip already looks hot because it looks yellowish already, right? So, and one of the things we did on CapCut also was to reduce the lightning. You can see it. You can see it. I'm not Jesus Christ. I'm not coming again. Jacob, I've added, I hope you've been able to add your two layers. Gladys, is that Premiere Pro? Okay, Blessing says she's finding it difficult to bring it in her layers. The same way you drag your footage in is the same way you drag the adjustment layer and place it on top of your footage. So try that. Gladys, please, I'm waiting for your response. And Jacob, I hope you got it right now. Then, okay, I see color correction on workspace, but I click it, nothing is showing. So that might be the issue with your file, right? I really can't say much about that right now. But if you can't see color, I don't know how you can. I don't know what to do about that right now. Yes, it is only one adjustment layer you need. Once you've created the first adjustment layer on your project panel, right? Just dragging it on top. So I'll delete it, right, and show us again. So I'm deleting this and I'm deleting it, right? I have created my adjustment layer in my project file. All I'm doing is I am dragging it. You can see I've not dropped it. I am dragging it on top of this video file. So have you gotten it now? Jacob, in your project file, once you right click, right, you will see new item. Once you see new item, you see a drop down. You see a drop down, locate adjustment layer. I don't think you should have problem with 2020, right? Have you been able to create the adjustment layer in your project panel? That is the first thing. Have you been able to add a footage to your timeline? If you have been able to add a footage to your timeline, okay. So you saw that I was also struggling when I wanted to create the timeline, the adjustment layer, right? I had to blow up my project panel. Reason being that at times it can be very difficult on Premiere Pro when you're not working with an external mouse to create these things, right? So I expanded my project panel, right? And I make sure that there's an empty space where I can right click conveniently. So as soon as I right click on that empty space in my project panel, I locate new item. And on new item, you will see sequence, project shortcut, offline file, and adjustment layer. Please, Jacob, confirm you are able to do that right now. Mide, did you add the purple color to the adjusted layer or it automatically gets the color? It automatically gets the color. And at this stage, I don't think we should be still be teaching on how to add color to your footage. How to label color labels. I don't think we should be doing that at this stage. On your project file, I know it can be very difficult, right? Right click. The best way to get it is expand as much as you can expand. Make sure you have an empty space. Empty space. So on that empty space, Jennifer, please, what difficulty are you facing? Please, has anybody gotten it? Let's know. Okay, so we're having issues with layering. Okay, we will continue from here tomorrow. So let us fix the layering issue, right? Now, the layering is in two ways. Are you having issue dragging it into your timeline, or you are having issue creating the adjustment layer? Please, if okay, Jacob has gotten it, Elizabeth has gotten it, Obi, Jennifer, have you gotten it? Blessing Okonkwo, have you gotten it? Who asked earlier again? Nicholas, have you gotten it? So once you are able to, it is easier when you're able to create an empty space for yourself in your timeline. Just right click, adjustment layer. So once you click on adjustment layer, It shows you the prompt pop-ups. So click on the adjustment layer, drag it to your timeline. Once you drag it to your timeline, then you are good to go. It should come in purple color automatically. So once it comes in purple color, before you start editing, duplicate it, create another one, but change the color label. The person who asked for color earlier, right? Please, there are things we've already treated in previous classes. So it's very easy. Once you right click on your clip label, you can change all the colors here. So that's it. But automatically your adjustment layer will come in purple color. So the purple is representing our color correction and the green is representing our color grading. So click on the purple and come to the lumetri color effect. You can see that as we are applying the effects, it is showing in our timeline. You can see it. So if yours is also showing scope as my own is showing scope, you can see the scope here, but we're not touching that part. That is advanced color grading, right? So we'll leave that for those who want to go and major on color grading. So I'm trying to fix the lightning of this clip. It is too bright for me. I think I've fixed the temperature already. So I think I'm okay with this for my color correction. Now for my color grade, what do I want to tell, right? We know that this is not something we're going to just grab once, right? We're still going to take it in the next class, so it is little by little. There are so many things you can still do with this color grading, and also know that we're limited with time, right? So because of our time, for the color grading, so now I am here where I want to tilt. I now want to deal with my shadow. You might not see these things from your own screen because they are little details, right? They are just little details. They don't have to be too much. They don't have to be too much. But when you turn off the layer, you would know that, oh, something has been done here. So you've seen the way to apply those effects. So you see it. This is the wheel aspect. So there's a lot of tweaking to be done. Although for those of us that will be specializing in coloring, right, there are rules around it. So whatever color your layer comes with is fine. You can always change colors and you can adjust your colors to what fits you. So let's now say we want to change the tone, right? This might not be on your own end, right? There's nothing to worry about. Uh, um, you can see the effect on my clip, right? You can see the effect on my clip. So there are still so many rules guarding this. You keep on trying, keep on learning day after day. So this is it basically about color grading. Where do we get shadow? You get shadow once you're on the lumetri color, you see basic correction. Click on basic correction, you'll see a list of all of them right there. You see a list of all of them right there. So are there any questions for today's class? Don't worry, just be rest assured that the next class is going to be kicking from where we stopped here. But before then, right, it is your duty as students, right, to practicalize more with these softwares, right? You have them on your system, you have them on your phone. Do more practical works, right? Keep on trying, keep on trying, keep on trying, keep on trying till you gain mastery of the softwares, right? So there are little things I had to be explaining today, which I really do not think at this point I should still be explaining them, right? How do you apply the adjustment clips to your main clip? Once you just drag it to your main clip and we're good to go. Are there any questions for today? Because it's at this point we will have to draw the curtain for tonight's class. Well, like I rightly said, coloring is also a major aspect of video editing, and there are people that this is what they do, that is their career path, coloring. So do not expect that under this today's first class you just want to quickly understand everything, right? It's step by step. This is a training phase you we are all into, right? It's not just you. I'm also in the training phase with you, right? And just be rest assured that by the end of this training, all of these things are things you will be able to do smoothly by yourself. That I can assure you of. Please, can I use do all this with my phone? It means you not be paying attention. Can we do all this on mobile? How do you adjust a video that has shadows to normal? Just look for locate where you have shadows on it. Locate where you have shadows on your locate where you have shadows on it and just do your adjustments there. Please, I haven't gotten how to add effect and motion. Well, we've not gotten to motion, right? So we're taking a step at a time. How do you adjust a video? I think I've said that already. Probably the person has his or her way to do it on mobile. Please, I hope using CapCut for my editing will be a problem because I want to get the paid version. It won't be a problem, right? As it has not been a problem since we've been teaching effectively with it with the paid with the free version, right? The only issue there is you won't be able to export any of your clips. So I advise that you pay for it and there won't be any problem at all so far. Okay. Thank you so much for that poem by Mo. Right. I was not saying the numbers I was adjusting to. Okay, that's a good feedback. We'll pay attention to that in the next class, right? Sorry about that, but basically, one because we're not using the same clips across, right? You just work with what you can see, right? The very moment you see that, oh, I've crossed the line, it's already too much here, you can reduce, right? So it's not as if there are perfect numbers to these things, except you're working with precepts. Nicholas, what platform are you using? What software are you using? We'll be ending the class soon. Please, sir, what is the difference between adjustment layer and solid? Create the both of them on your timeline and you will see the difference. Sometimes when we practicalize these things, we just you'll be able to understand it better, right? So if you create an adjustment layer, drag it to your timeline, create a solid, drag it to your timeline, you will be able to tell the difference in the two. Are there any questions? Any other questions? And the person saying solid, young major media, right? I want to believe you are coming from the point of After Effects. I want to strongly believe you are coming from the point of After Effects because on my end, in Premiere Pro, I can't see any solid, but I understand where you are coming from. Yeah, let's have it. So, at the end of today's class, we got to the end of today's class and summarize with this line: color correction is equals to technical fix, makes footage look real, and color grading is equals to artistic enhancement, makes footage feel right. Is it possible to use adjustment layer and solid as transition? Is it possible to use adjustment layer and solid as transition? So it depends on what you're doing on the adjustment layer. So like it says, it's an adjustment layer. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because when you download transition presets and you're importing them to your footage, they're always on adjustment layer. So I think I've been able to address that. Okay. Solid is also on Premiere Pro, not only After Effects. Okay, that's fine. Kehinde Popola, please, I'm so sorry I skipped your question. Why is video file in Adobe Premiere Pro too heavy? There are two different softwares. Why it is too heavy? It can be from your footage, it can be from your settings, it can be from your editing, right? Sometimes at the process of creating the file, you want to edit a file for probably a very short file, and at the process of creating the file, at the process of creating your sequence, right, you created a sequence of 4K. So that can be one of the reasons for that. Gladys, okay, so sorry that you didn't get that, but please, this is the first try, right? We're going to still be having it in the next class and before we conclude about it. So thank you so much for everyone for joining today's class. I really appreciate us, right? And like I've said, go back, don't only open this software when it is time for training, go back and familiarize yourself with this software. And at this point, we will draw the curtain and I will say, see you in the next class. Enjoy the rest of your evening.